Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope that your Wednesday is well and you're in good health. As many of you know, we record this video on Tuesday, so it's actually a Tuesday morning, and we've got a little break in the weather, which is really, really nice after all that rain. And so our kids jumped on their bikes and they biked around the neighborhood and we went out for a walk, and it was really nice to be able to do that. But of course, you know that the storm is coming in, and we kind of see the clouds coming in from the San Gabriel Mountains, and so we know that we have to go back in and wait it out for until the storm passes, right? And it's kind of an interesting metaphor for what we're experiencing today, where these days where we have the pandemic, and there's moments where we get to breathe and try to take in the day, and then we have to hunker down again. And just today we just got news from the California Health Department that said, hey, and by the way, if you haven't heard this public service announcement, hey, the next 2 weeks, don't go into any stores. This is going to be the peak season for the COVID spread here in California, so let's just all stay at home. And so we know, and during this time, is that there's all these periods of waiting. All their plans are on pause, and we're waiting, and there's so many things that you want to do that you just have to say not now or not yet and wait. And I think that for planners like myself, like Emily, June, that's not easy. You make these plans and you think about these. Some of you have made vacation plans and your spring break plans and all these things, your home improvement projects, and you just can't get to them because you have this thing going on. You can't even go to the store to buy milk, and it's frustrating. It's to say the least, it's disappointing, and so for many of us, we just have to make some major adjustments in how we do life. And the big thing about it, and the big word that I think that we're getting tired of, is wait. You got to wait it out. And I think that for us as people that follow Jesus and believe in the resurrection, we better be people that wait really well. Right? I mean, we really are, of any group that's out there, religious group out there, we should be the people best suited for this time. We are people of waiting. We have Advent to wait for Christmas. We have Lent to wait for Easter. We wait on the Lord. There's scripture in the Psalms says this over and over again. My soul will wait for you. Be strong and courageous, O my soul, and wait on the Lord. There is so much about us and who we are as believers of Jesus Christ to be people of waiting, to practice waiting really well. I think about us being in Passion Week, and really, you have to think about these people who have seen their supposed king come on a donkey and come into town, and they're just waiting. They're waiting for Jesus to do his thing and to save them and rescue them, like we talked about last Sunday. And they put all their hopes and desires on this Jesus because if he is of the God of Abraham, then their illnesses, their oppression, all of that they will be saved from because of this King Jesus. And yet they couldn't wait. They got tired of waiting, so much so that they decided to get rid of Jesus and wait for the next guy, right? I mean, you think about it, even Peter couldn't wait. Even his disciples scattered and betrayed him. They couldn't wait. They couldn't hold on to Jesus. Judas himself couldn't wait and hence betrayed Jesus, whom he followed. He heard all the stories. Judas is often painted as the villain, but we have to have compassion on Judas. Otherwise, we can't have compassion on ourselves who are impatient people. In my devotional this morning, this was one of the readings from this late Presbyterian pastor and professor, Casey, told me. And he writes this: if there's no death, then God's got nothing to do on Easter. But if there is a death, then Easter morning is a ferocious moment when life triumphs over death. And what God did on Easter for Jesus and for us is the most radical and important truth that any of us can know or believe. Carly Marney, in one of his greatest sermons, says of Judas that the ultimate tragedy of his life was not his betrayal of Jesus, but that he did not hold on until Sunday to see what God would do with his betrayal and despair. What a tragedy that Judas wasn't at the tomb on Sunday to see that there is forgiveness even for his sin and relief even from his despair. He would then have known that we are not on our own, not in this life alone. He would have known what Mary was discovering, that there is one who is with us in death and in life. Not just anyone, but the very one who raised Jesus from the dead and who has the power to do that for you and me as well. Wow. Talk about being a person of waiting. We wait because we know that in our darkest times, God will come, because we know that in our darkest times in the past, Jesus did come. Jesus did die. Jesus did experience his darkest moment, and then in the end, as he waited, God the Father brought him back to life. That is why we are a people of waiting, sisters and brothers. So my hope is that this week you cultivate a posture of waiting on God. We're going to celebrate Good Friday this Friday, and I hope that you're going to share this with your friends and your family to come and invite them, especially some of those people that don't know Jesus and don't believe in him. Give them the opportunity to experience this Jesus who experienced life to the fullest with us and experienced the despair to the fullest with us as well. And maybe they'll find a different type of God than they thought that they thought the Christians believed. And then on Sunday morning, let us celebrate the end of our waiting. As we practice being people of waiting, we get to celebrate when we celebrate the resurrected Christ. And invite your friends, invite your family, invite your workmates. All of them can come and join in now. Isn't that great that all they have to do is click on a link? You can forward the emails that we have been sending to you, to your friends, to your family, and they can join in as well and have a great Easter celebration. And maybe after that, you can have an Easter potluck where you just put your video, your phone on the table, and you can watch and you can eat and celebrate together. But sisters and brothers, we are people of waiting. This is Passion Week. This is the culmination of what we have been waiting for. And so let us be people of good waiting. Let us bring our despair. Let us bring our disappointments. Let us bring our frustrations to God and say, wait, O my soul, on the Lord. Be strong and courageous and wait on the Lord. Sisters and brothers, have a great week. I'll see you on Friday. We're going to enjoy our communion together. And we hope that you have a good time of waiting with your friends. Go in peace.